Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight, a November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Ready. Touchdown. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Alert flag. Alert flag.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
You remember me. Let's go, baby.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
What we got? Kill.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10.
Come on, QB. Come on, take.
From the gun, Jackson is going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch the screen.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
It's our time.
Now Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 26.
Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Danielle Hunter in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Let's go. We got. Watch time.
Penny, the 1st down carry. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
It's our field.
On 2nd and very short, Jackson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 2nd and inches, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Get 300. Get 300.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to go down again. Danielle Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to pick.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Jackson on 1st down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
319. 58 right there. Let's go, Lamar. 319.
Now Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Mark 22, Mark 22. Check. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Watch the run. Mark 22, Mark 22. Here we go.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Joseph is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood. And he's into the clear. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. Rashad Penny, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
No. 258. Yeah, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Allison, complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw again. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Ross on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Jackson on first down. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught at the 10. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Rashawn Gary in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. A 2nd quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and very short, Rodgers. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble. Turn, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Vikings 24, Packers 10.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. He takes this for 3 to the 29. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Yeah, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
36-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Tyree Jackson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Again, it's Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hey, foxtrot.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Inside. 58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. Let's go.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing now is Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 58. Go. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. Liz.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They have, by the way, gone to the third quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. The Lions have scored again, widening their lead even further. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go. Put the flag. To the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Rashawn Gary, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
36. Here we go. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. Who that?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throw left side, complete to Ross. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
Switch it.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll go again to Jones. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
All day, defense, all day. Mike 22 is coming, Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Now Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
13 yards. First down, Packers.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jones. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
So we got man.
Now it's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
No. 58. Mike, 58, right there. Get ready. 58's the line. 58's the line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a throw right sideline is complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Coming to you. Check 4. 22.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They keep it with Penny on first down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Hey, take 26. 58, right over there, yeah. Look at you.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it